Calling from a 614 area code. Who's this?
This is B. Buccaneer from your chat room, Sam.
It's who is it?
I'm from the chat room.
Oh, okay. Hi.
And I use B. Buccaneer.
Hi, B. Buccaneer. How are you?
I'm a first-time caller, but I've been listening since you were on the AM radio stations in Columbus, Ohio.
Wow, that's been a while.
So that's been I've been a fan for a very long time. But when I called for, I couldn't figure out if I wanted to talk about the media or talk about how I think the left has contributed to this, to what we see now as Donald Trump. And I think as we debate Jill Stein and the divide with Hillary Clinton, it goes back to the same thing we've been doing for the past 50 years. And it began with Nixon, and we were angry in '68 when Eugene McCarthy was not selected over Hubert Humphrey. So we went home and didn't vote and gave Nixon the election.
You could argue 1980 with Kennedy and Carter, too.
Yes, Jimmy Carter, we primary Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter was actually, we would have had universal health care. But Ted Kennedy withdrew his support because the left wanted to primary Jimmy Carter, Ted Kennedy. And over we see the same pattern where we take our ball and go home and just give everything to the right. We did it with Clinton in 1994 with the Republican Revolution. We did it in 2010 with Obama in 2012, and the mainstream media now is all too happy to let liberals.
Let me push back on some of this because particularly in the off-year elections, I think it is a little bit too facile to say that this is a function of the left taking home their ball and, or whatever, however you want to, measure that. I mean, I would imagine it is the people who we hear from the most who actually go out and vote in those off-year elections. I mean, the problem is that the Democratic Party, particularly in those off-year elections, really does not offer on a consistent basis a proactive enough reason for people to get out and vote, and doesn't work on it. I mean, look, we're seeing it right now. The reality is we're seeing it right now. Now, I agree with you that that there has been way too much relitigating of an election that has taken place already, and that is the Democratic primary, and you need to move forward. But at the same time, Hillary Clinton is not is trying to woo Republicans. And I understand there's a theory about that, but you need at this point to sort of to continue to woo them through Democrats, I think. You need to present a unified perspective with language that really appeals to the left. I mean, look, we see Donald Trump is still going, and everything he's doing is trying to lock down his normal electorate. And Clinton is not. And what's happened is that while she's been going, across enemy lines, people have been sort of falling off by the wayside. And so I think the campaign has to react to that. And she's not setting up. And here's the thing. The reason why the down ticket races are getting destroyed, and there's a very good chance that the Democrats don't take the Senate at this point, is because there's no grand unifying message. And that's got to come from the nominee. And to a certain extent, I mean, so I agree with what you're saying, sort of broadly speaking, but I also think that like it's not quite that one-dimensional.
Well, I guess I'm troubled by in 2010 and 2012 when you just saw an array of progressives in the mainstream media saying that the vote is not going to, people are not going to turn out to vote because they were upset with Obama. And I find it strange that the mainstream media always gives voice to us not turning out to vote, but the right is always turning out to vote.
Well, I mean, the reality is in 2010, the progressives, I would imagine, all those people you heard, they voted, and they were right. The other people did not vote.
Can I say one quick?
Yep.
Okay, you've convinced me, Sam, but can I say one quick thing that your audience, some of the younger ones, don't know, that you created the political blogosphere, and that political blogs owe you because you and Janine were the first to give them validity. Daily Cause would not be where he is. The Young Turks would not have what they have. So thank you, Sam.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. I think it's a little slight overstatement, but I'll take it. And
Not at all.
Well, I appreciate that. Thanks for calling, and thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Right, Sam.
Hey, folks, Sam Seder here. I just got back from a company-wide meeting. Accounting is really coming down on me hard. We need to get to 100,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So please, enjoy this channel. Subscribe. Right down there.